What's going on YouTube? Today we'll be giving you guys some hitting tips for MLB The Show 23. From what hardware you should use, like your controller, your control freaks, sticks that you can put on your controller to get better range of motion, and where to place your PCI, settings that you should use, and more. If this video does help you out in any way, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Turn those notifications on so you guys don't miss out on any videos just like this one. So the first thing I want to do is go over what settings that I think are the best. Obviously, I practiced on Legend difficulty. I think that's the best difficulty that you should be practicing on. PCI Anchor, I have it on free. So you can basically put your PCI Anchor anywhere you want, or you can have it on preset. Also, my PCI Center is the bat. I think the bat is the best PCI to use. This year, I got my PCI inner is a wedge, but I also have that on fade out. So when the pitch is being thrown, I do not see that. All I see is the bat. PCI color is yellow with 40% transparency and vibration off because I think it just messes me up when I'm swinging the bat. For my camera view, I personally like strike zone high. I think is the best camera view. The other one that a lot of people use is regular strike zone. When it comes to your PCI, like you can anchor high. Mainly anchoring is going to have to deal with like tendencies that you see your pitch that the opponent's pitcher is doing. So if I'm getting a lot of high fastballs or pitches high in general, I will anchor my PCI more up in the zone to be ready and quicker to the pitch on those fastballs. However, at the beginning of the game, you're kind of just filling out the pitcher. You're trying to expect anything anywhere in the plate. So I don't really anchor it. I just kind of guide it towards the ball. So I always have I'm always like kind of moving around, not just sitting still. That way I'm ready for it. And that way I can at least adjust to it. Am I going to have the best swings all the time? No, everyone's human. I'm not going to have the best swings every time I hit the ball. Another key point to this hitting tips thing is to use custom practice in your favor. So if you're struggling against certain pitches, you can turn those sliders up. If you don't want them to throw those pitches, you can turn the sliders down. So if you're good at hitting fastballs, you're good at hitting sinkers, you can turn those down. But typically you want to turn off pitches that people don't throw. So do you see a lot of people throw curveballs online? No. So you would turn that off. Sinkers and fastballs people throw a lot more. So I always turn those up normally. So I see more of those. And sliders and circle changeups are slower pitches that I can react to. Sinkers and fastballs, you have less time to react to them because they are faster. So you want them to be thrown more often. And you're also going to want to face like pitchers that you struggle against. In this video, I just picked whatever. I didn't even change the team that I was facing. So I'm just facing whoever I want to face. And that was a good swing. However, I was very early on it. Ooh, there's a good swing and a drive. You see my PCI just guides straight to the ball. I don't really do anything. I'm just moving around. I can like try to tilt it up a little bit, whatever I want to do with it, depending on what I think he's going to throw. But even when I kind of angled inside and down and I still got to it up, it's just a matter of reaction time and reacting. And my control freaks and my controller and all that stuff is going to help with that, which we're going to go over in just a second as well. So I can get you guys all the equipment that you possibly need. It's not going to break the bank either. This stuff really isn't expensive. In fact, the controller is cheaper than the standard Xbox controller. If you're on PlayStation, there are a few tips I can give you. Or you can spend a little bit more money on a better controller. But there are a few tips with the controller that I can give you if you are on PlayStation and you find that your controller has input lag. Other than that, this is why I play on Xbox now for the most part when I play online. I have the game on PlayStation. I have the game on Xbox as well, but I play online more on Xbox because there's just less input delay with their controllers and the game typically runs a lot better. Very hard to swing the bat and talk at the same time, but there we go. We got another decent swing. PCI, not that much on it, but it went over the fence nonetheless. Now, when it comes to controller I use a Power A controller. So this is what it looks like right here. Wire controller. Got this on like 30 bucks, 24 bucks on Amazon. Runs normally around 40 if you buy it in a store, but a lot of times you can find this on Amazon for $24.99, which is what I got it for. And also on my controller, I use what is called Control Freak. So here's two examples of ones that I like. I like the CQCs, which are like nice short ones for both sides. And then I also like the Galaxy. So they have a shorter one and then a longer one. The longer one I use for hitting, the shorter one I use for pitching. Pitching is not really required. You don't really need one for pitching, but I still like it. Now, however, there is one other thing I use. and it's called a precision ring. So there's a precision ring. You can see right here, that green thing that goes around there. That's the precision ring. So there's basically, you can't move as much as you can. So it's going to be able to control your PCI a lot easier. You don't use one on the pitching, but you use one for the hitting. The green ones don't have as much resistance, so I like those the best. You do have to break them in a little bit though, because it's going to be a lot harder to basically field, because you're gonna have to like force it more to make it actually your character run a little faster. So it kind of sucks for fielding in a way, but it's not broke me at all. It's like not make or breaks a decision when it comes to fielding. So I still like those. So we got precision rings, we got control freaks, and we got the Power A controller. That's all the hardware that you need to succeed. Obviously, if you're on next gen, you want a monitor that has 120 hertz refresh rate, because you get 120 hertz on this game. So make sure your monitor matches that. If you're on next gen, if you're well, current gen now, if you're on old gen still, then you're still stuck at the 60 hertz. So you can only do so much there. But we went over my settings. We went over what you should do with your PCI. Like I said, if you're anchoring, you want to anchor when you notice they're throwing high fastballs or low and in sinkers. So then you can just sit on those pitches a little bit more. Otherwise, I don't really anchor, because then it messes up your timing and basically your muscle memory to every other pitch. But that's what you'll do. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for new, turn post notifications on, and leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching.